Welcome back. Now that we know how to navigate, let's get back to our little recipe application. And what we're going to get here is our detail screen for the different categories. As you recall, we had these different categories in the application. And once we click on one of them, we want to navigate to a detail screen. And this is what the detail screen should roughly look like. So we have the title at the top. Then we have the image of that category, and underneath we have text, and I want this text to be scrollable. Okay, so this is just a text that we can scroll through, and we're going to set all of that up in this video. So let's go ahead and create a new, inside of our recipe application, a new Kotlin class inside of this folder here. And it will not be a class, it will be actually a file, which I'm going to call CategoryDetailScreen. Okay, now this will be a composable, and it will be called CategoryDetailScreen. It will require a category, okay, because otherwise we just cannot make it work. We need to know which category we need to display. Then I'm going to use a column, all right, and this column will have some modifiers. So for example, modifier is equal to modifier dot fill max size, we've seen that, and padding, okay, padding of 16 density pixels, like so. Let me import DP here. And then what is the content? Well, actually, also let me align the content of this column. I'm going to add another parameter here, which is going to be comma, and here horizontal alignment will be alignment dot center horizontally. So I want everything to be centered. And now inside of this, I'm going to have a text that will be the title. So the text will be category dot str category. So the category string, and I'm going to align the text towards the center. So text align, and it doesn't recommend that I need to import text, otherwise it just doesn't. I like to help me here, the IDE. So text align, there we are. Now we can use text align dot center. So this is just a way to align the text for us. This is a property that takes care of that. Okay, and then we can go ahead and display our image. Now, as you recall, or might recall, we needed to, well, let's import image first and the composable. We need a painter in here. And the cool thing was we could use this remember async image painter. We used that in the recipe screen, I believe. Lazy vertical category item. Yeah, there we are. So we had this image, and I'm just going to copy this again, which was this basically category string category thumb, which was this variable or this parameter that we would get from the web. We would load that, and then we would display the image. So let me just paste that in here. We're going to pretty much use the same thing, only that the content description, we can give it a little more details. Okay, we can say something like $category dot string category, so that even people who can't read or have a visual impairment, they will still be able to know what this is about. And then the modifier, well, I'm not going to say wrap fill max size. This time I'm actually going to say wrap content size. So that will make sure that it only takes as much space as it requires. Okay, so it's going to wrap itself together. And underneath we can see here that we have this text that we want to be able to scroll. So how can we achieve that functionality so that we can scroll the text? Well, first of all, let's assign the text property, and this will be the str category description. So this one will be quite long. I want to also use text align, and this time I'm going to use text align dot justify. So what does text align justify do? Well, if you hover over it, it stretches a lines of text that end with a soft line break to fill the width of the container. Lines that end with hard line breaks are aligned towards the start edge. Okay, so basically just a way of making sure that the text is properly spread and aligned properly. So you can play around with these values that text-align offers you and just see which ones you like most when it comes to how text is displayed. So this is just one of the properties that we need to modify. There is another one. So we have text-align, we have the text itself, the content of the text composable. And then I'm going to use modifier. It's going to be modifier dot vertical scroll. And vertical scroll, you need to pass a state to it. And we're going to pass the remember scroll state. So this allows us to basically scroll through the text if it's too much text to display inside of the screen. So basically this image and the text up here will always stay. So it's not going to scroll the entire page or swipe the entire page up. It's just going to scroll this little text area, not little, but this text area here at the bottom, and we can scroll inside of it. That's what we're achieving with this code here, or basically with this vertical scroll. And it's a state because whenever we're working with UIs, right, we need to know which state the scroll was at in order to display it correctly. And that's what this remember scroll state takes care of. Okay, so that would be the start. I would say that's good enough for this video because we have set up the category detail screen. Now we just need a way to navigate to that screen, and that's what we're going to take care of in the next few videos. So see you there.